Hello! Superheroes are the favorites of millions of people. These are the same guys who inspire an ordinary school child or student to great deeds, to good deeds and exemplary behavior. And how could all this culture pass by cosplay? Of course not. The same enthusiast creates their own versions of their favorite superheroes around the world, and they do it in every stupid way. But what am I telling you? Now see for yourself in all this. In the meantime, before we start, like this video, press the bell, subscribe to the channel, because there will be many more interesting things. If some superheroes can be useful without their top costumes, then here is Tony Stark or Iron Man, just the opposite. All of his power resides in the Iron Man armor, a mechanical suit of armor designed and modified by himself. In total, there is a whole sea of suits. They are called Mark and have their own number at the end. What kind of armor is now in front of us, I don't know. However, she looks very cool and that's more than enough, right? The eyes of the costume are gorgeously illuminated. Every detail is made in accordance with the original. Everything is very clear, beautifully conversed. In general, sweetie not armor. The only thing that annoys me is the sound, a kind of creaking that comes from human movements. But I think it's just a drop in the ocean. The yellow Chevrolet Camaro is one of the most recognizable and popular cars in movie history. And all why? That's right, because this particular car is everyone's favorite Bumblebee, the hero of Transformers. The suit cannot yet turn into a wheelbarrow and go, but we would like to. But it just looks cool. The costume is designed in such a way that the width of the shoulders compensates for difference in the physique of people, so everyone who wears this miracle will look equally resplendent. Human but spider. Without him, way is without Rook. Well, you understand who we are talking about now. About the favorite of the public, one of, if not the most popular superhero in the world, about Spiderman. His costumes of course are just as see, but they all look somehow not very good. However, this one really stood out me. It looks more like the original Spider-Man than others. It's quite comfortable to wear and is not equipped with anything extra. I'm talking about this built-in pseudo-webs and the like. Usually they break right there and just start to bring discomfort. Would you still like a costume with just such a joke? Write your opinion in the comments. It will be interesting to read. A brilliant science who turns into a huge green strong man is the Hulk. Despite his formidable appearance and violent display of emotions, this superhero fights on the side of good and every day conquers more and more hearts of viewers who become his fans. No wonder people have come up with his costumes. One of these, by the way, I now show you. If I'm not mistaken, it has a rigid base. That is, the suit is not inflatable. At the same time, the detailing here is also of the highest level. Usually in such suits they score on the face, but here it did not become a scapegoat. All the details are beautiful, clearly drawn and create a gorgeous picture that just move me to watch a movie with the Hulk. And you? Now for a quick riddle, I ask you a question and you answer in a comment in the next 5 seconds. So which character is nicknamed the Chatty Mercenary? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, of course you're right, it's Deadpool. Everyone's favorite character with a non-standard, extremely cynical and vulgar sense of humor. These qualities must be taken into account when you wear a superhero costume. And even if it is as beautiful and detailed as this one, without acting, everything will go down the drain. In fact, it seems to me that Deadpool's costume is one of few in which you can take off your mask and appear to be an ordinary person. Some kind of biker or something like that. Next in line is the Hulkbuster, and if you suddenly think that is the armor created by the Hulk, you are greatly mistaken. In fact, the Hulkbuster is a powerful armored suit created by Tony Stark. It is one of few weapons that has proven effective is dealing with the Hulk's uncontrollable rage. In other way, the suit is called Mark XL4 armor, that is, the 44th suit, XL4 Roman numerals. This is probably the most beautiful costume for today, at least for my taste. All of its parts have some special features, like am I right in the game. I don't know how to describe it, but it's very cool. Yes, cool costumes. All these cosplays are, of course, cool. But one minus suggests itself right away. You really can't put on all these beauties alone. And here is a direct confirmation of these words. But despite the trouble with dressing, the result will cover all expectation and all the efforts. Before you is the costume of Optimus Prime, the main character in almost all animated series, comics, films, books and video games about Transformers, as well the permanent leader of the Autobots. What I especially like about this suit were the bright eyes. They shine so strongly that at some point I've begun to worry about the version of the guy who dressed in Prime. And this is the costume of one of the main villains of the latest Marvel films. Of course, we are talking about Thanos, about a character who debuted in the Bronze Age of comics in Iron Man 55 and was created by writer-artist Jim Starlin. By the way, put a like if you didn't know until this moment that the character name is derivation from the name Thanatos, the personification of death in Greek mythology. As for the costume, it turned out great. The guys made Thanos as tall as they could, work out the facial features, freely moving arms and legs. In general, they made a quality project. Now they can safely go to the cosplay show and win. And although victory may not happen, because there are other needleworkers, other craftsmen who created, for example, a similar luxurious Batman costume, which most accurately conveys the image of the character from the film trilogy directed by Christopher Nolan. A black suit with a spectacular cape resembles armor, and a mask will hide your face, keeping the secret of the superhero's real name. This version of Batman's costume is detailed. In it, the person looks like a superhero who has descended from the screen. I think if they add some trinkets to the costume, like hand grenades, darts, pistols, toys of course, and it will be just a bomb cosplay. The next costume is for all anime lovers. This is a cosplay of Alphonse Elric, one of the two main characters in the Full Metal Alchemist franchise. Alphonse is the younger brother of Edward Elric. Together with Ed, he made a human transformation during which the elder's left leg and right arm were taken away, and the youngest whole body. Now Alphonse is forced to exist as a soul attached to a huge armor. After the tragedy, he went with his brother to look for the legendary Philosopher's Stone, rumored to have unprecedented power and capable of returning the brothers to their former bodies. Like if you also want to go and watch this anime after hearing the story, in the hope that they will succeed. Do you know the expression, everything ingenious is simple? Well, it sums up our text costume beautifully. The fact is that it was made for a small child who loves Transformers very much. Creating something like Bumblebee or Optimus Prime, which we already had before, is quite difficult because of the small growth of the kid. Therefore, the authors of the project decide to make it a real Transformer, capable of being an ordinary machine first, and then becoming a real robot. In fact, the costume is really simple, but at the same time, with its own twist. It would be cool if the guys put the guy on wheels that can move around, but probably this would add weight to the suit, making it not simple and comfortable. Darth Vader's armor was a portable life support system that Anakin Skywalker was forced to wear to compensate for the severe injuries he sustained in a duel with Obi-Wan Kenobi on Mustafar in 19 BBY. It was designed to support and protect the carried body of former Jedi. The costume was made in the ancient traditions of the Sith, according to which warriors of the dark side of the Force had to adorn themselves with a heavy armor. The suit was constructed using numerous Sith alchemist techniques to augment Vader's severely diminished vitality and capabilities. The suit contained a wide variety of life support systems, the most important of which was a sophisticated breathing apparatus. By the way, it was also taken into account in our version. It is unlikely that he will solve the issue of life support, but he will change his voice for sure. I don't know about you, but my favorite cartoon in my childhood was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Do you know who was the main favorite among these four? Leo, of course, the one with the blue armband. He uses two ninjato as weapons and often quarrels with Raphael due to his temper. But he sunk into my soul due to the fact that Leo is the leader of the four, and he most technical in handling weapons. Raphael is physically much stronger, but because of his aggression and emotionality, he often loses to his cold-blooded brother. This costume is made perhaps not in the most ideal way, but it conveys the essence of the character with a vengeance. Leo turned out to be quite detailed, handsome and muscular. Everything as in the original cartoons and comics. I give a like. Captain America is a comic book superhero published by Marvel Comics. one of the most famous characters in the world of comics. He was created by writer Joe Simon and artist Jack Kirby, and first appeared in 1940s Timely Comics. Over the years, a total of 210 million copies of Captain America comics have been sold in 75 countries. It is not surprising that the children would also like to become a part of this character, at least for a day or two to transform into him and save, for starter, their room from evil gods that interfere with their homework. What's cool is that the costume not only looks great, but also has cool detailing in the form of a built-in mechanism that allows the baby to shoot soft projectiles. Black Panther is the studio's first black superhero and one of the first in American comics who appeared before the Falcon, Luke Cage, Storm and Blade. Several characters at different times appeared in comics under this pseudonym. All Black Panthers are associated with the fictional African state of Wakanda. First, the king of this country, Chaka, wore the mantle of the Panther. This is passed to his son, T'Challa, who is the most famous Black Panther. In February 2009, the first volume of Black Panther comics started, the main character of which was T'Challa's sister named Shuri. Since today we are talking about Optimus Prime, it was a sin not to mention his main villain, Megatron, the leader of the Decepticons. The cherished dream of that hero is to build an ideal and fair system of government, in his opinion of course. And I, however, love this character no matter how much he loves me, at least this suit. One movement of the head, accompanied by a beautiful bright red glow of the eyes, brings goosebumps. Well, that's all friends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave your like, and that's all for now.